What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the channel. In today's video, I wanted to show you how easy it is to relocate teams within Madden 24 and just talk about the updated process because it is different than it has been in past years. You really had to go through a lot of hoops in order to relocate a team or relocate multiple teams in prior Maddens, but now it's relatively straightforward. The customization aspects are not up to what we would like them to be, but it's at least an easier process than it has been in the past. And you guys have probably seen my videos on this in the past. If you have not, I just wanted to quickly state that it would take an entire season's worth of time in order for a relocation process to complete, which was in and of itself a little bit more realistic, but it was a bit of a pain in the butt because in order to relocate a team, you had to go through multiple steps at multiple points in the season, selecting various different things, and then wait until the following season for your team to actually be relocated. So it was not a convenient way to hop into a franchise as a different or relocated team if you wanted to get creative with your franchise. Now it's a lot more simplified in comparison to that. So the first thing that I want to mention here is that on the create a franchise screen, you can do this in pretty much any way that you want. You could start a league from week 1 and start from the base and relocate teams there. I just want to show you guys that you can also do it now in a different week of the season. So the way it used to work is that you used to have to start your relocation in week 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, something like that, and then week 8 one step would pop up for the stadium or the name, and then week 10 something else would pop. I don't remember the exact process because I've been using the new process, but it was like in specific weeks. So if you started in wildcard playoff, you would not be able to relocate a team in the previous system. And so here we are showing you in the wildcard playoff round that I can still relocate, and the process will happen immediately. You're going to go to the manage team page and it will bring up your stadium overview. From here, you can either rebuild your stadium or relocate. If you click the relocate process, you're going to start with a list of cities. They've added a bunch new cities in here, but the most important thing to remember whenever you're scrolling through all of these various different cities is that they do not anymore impact which team you can specifically be. The way it used to be is if you went to London, for example, you had only the 4 choices between the 3 teams that could be there or the existing franchise. So I'm the Texans, I could become the London Texans in the previous system, the London Bulldogs, the London Monarchs, and I think there was the London Black Knights. That's no longer the case. I could go to London in this game and pick any of the relocation teams except for the Oilers. If you want to be the Oilers, you have to specifically relocate to Houston. The Oilers are exclusively available here. So if you want to be the Oilers, which in my opinion have one of the nicest actual uniforms within the game that you can get from a custom team, you're going to want to go to Houston. Otherwise, you can pick any city you want now, and it's not going to create a problem for you. So we're going to go ahead and go to Tokyo, and then it's going to pick your team branding. So you can still select to be the same team that you already are. So I could be the Tokyo Texans. Has a little bit of a ring to it, would be pretty weird, doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but then I can go through every single team branding that's available to you within the game, of course, aside from the Oilers, and you can pick them. And this information that's going on right here will change a little bit depending on whether you're a coach or an owner. Right now, I'm a coach and I can still relocate the team just fine. You can create an owner, and the market size, the personality, the fan interest is going to have an impact on your ticket sales, your monthly profit, and those types of things. So you do want to consider those if you are playing as an owner. But as a coach here, those aren't going to really impact anything. So you don't necessarily have to worry about those aspects that it's showing you. Don't be influenced by the fact that the fan interest in the Texans branding is only 4 out of 6 blocks there, but the Wizards is 6 out of 6 blocks. It really is not going to make a difference for you as a coach, but it might make a bit of a difference for you as an owner. So I'm going to go ahead and select the Steamers, will become the Tokyo Steamers, and then you get your options between your stadiums. Every time I have done this to this point, I only get the option to select the basic stadium types between the Sphere, the traditional, the Canopy, and the futuristic and the hybrid stadiums. They no longer have the options available for the higher end stadiums, at least in coaches mode. And again, most of the factors here are not something you're going to care about if you're in coaches mode. As an owner, you're going to care a little bit about the weekly cost, the seating capacity, and those types of things, because that's going to affect how much money you're able to bring in. But as a coach, again, it's not going to matter for you. And then you will immediately see that your stadium pops up for you, brand new, ready to go. Your branding has already popped up. So we're the Tokyo Steamers, Steamers Stadium, all that information, and I can back right out of that stadium screen and the branding has changed over. That is how easy it is to relocate a team within franchise mode. Now, what I could do in order to go relocate another team, and I've said this in so many videos, but it's one of the most handy tools in franchise mode if you ever need to go make trades for CPUs, relocate teams, do anything within a franchise mode. Go to the options menu, go to retire, and create a new character on whatever the other team is that you want to take over. So let's now go relocate the Titans real quick and show you that the process is exactly the same, and we'll be able to relocate multiple teams in one file. So again, manage team takes us right to our stadium tab, relocate. Now, because the Texans are gone, let's go ahead and relocate the Titans, who used to be the Oilers, to the Houston area, and we'll be able to make them the Oilers. There we go. Select the Oilers, select a traditional stadium, oil rig stadium, and boom, we're going to pop out of here, and the Titans branding is going to kick over to the Oilers branding, and now they are in the league as well. And if we actually go to our rosters tab, we can see that we now have the Oilers, and we also have the Steamers. So you can go through and do this for a bunch of teams. That's one way to actually have a pretty creative and fun franchise, is relocate a bunch of bottom end teams or teams that aren't necessarily as popular where they are and could use a better fan base or a better stadium or whatever. You can get creative with it and go relocate a bunch of different teams. And this time I created an owner for the Saints just because I wanted to see if I would be able to select from the more advanced stadium options. I don't know if they are available, so we're going to find out here together. Going to our stadium again, we will relocate the New Orleans Saints. Let's go ahead and relocate to San Diego. San Diego is going to become the San Diego Aviators. It makes sense because it's on that coast. And we do now actually have the option to select between the deluxe and the basic stadium types. So that difference is now available for us. Again, it seems that you have to be an owner in order to be able to access the higher end stadiums that have the higher seating capacity, the difference in cost. I really don't think that if you pick between the deluxe and the basic that you're going to notice any difference in game with any type of animations or anything like that. It really just plays into what you want to do, owning a franchise and generating revenue and those types of things. So keep that in mind. That's pretty much all you need to know about relocating teams, how easy it is, how quick it is within Madden 24 franchise mode. Again, if you get to that end screen where you're picking the stadium and whatnot, you can back all the way out here without it locking in. So that's one of the nice additions or changes, quality of life changes that is in Madden 24. Before, if you started your relocation, you had to go through with it. If you go in, you can pick your team branding, you can do a couple of those different things. You can back all the way out as long as you don't click the last button and execute on that change. you're able to kind of back out through it, as you just saw here now. And I changed my mind. I don't want to relocate the Saints. Boom, I'm still here as the Saints. I saw what my options are, but didn't go all the way through with it. Now I'm not locked in. So nice little advantage there for you guys. Hopefully they expand on this in future years. We'll see what happens. Let me know your comments down in the comment section below. Do you ever relocate teams? Do you relocate your own team? Do you try to relocate another team in franchise mode? I'm just curious to hear if anybody out there does bother with relocation stuff. I find it pretty fun sometimes. So please leave that comment down below, leave a like, and subscribe. As always, I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you have a good one.